For today's breakfast bite, I'm very pleased to welcome a new guest from Adventure Plus. His name is Wayne Solomon, and I've got him right here with me. Hello, Wayne. How are you?
Hey Nathan, how you doing?
Very well, thanks. How are you doing with the cold?
It is brave and chilly down here, and it is raining like I suppose cats and dogs. Um, but I'm not enjoying the cold very much, to be honest with you.
No, it's been a bit crazy, especially with the recent storms hitting the UK. Bit
Yeah,
crazy.
we were lucky enough to sort of weather the last storm quite well, in all fairness. It was further north, wasn't it, up in Wales and Scotland and
Mm.
above that sort of suffered, but we didn't do too bad here.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. Glad you've been able to weather the storm okay. Really excited about you delivering out your very first breakfast bite here on Pure 24/7 Radio. And would you like to bring us a little thought for the day then?
Yeah. So my thought comes from for those of us listeners who are not Christian, I am a Christian and I look to my Bible for strength. There's a book in the Bible called Philippians, and there's only 4 chapters, and it's known as the Book of Joy, because there is a lot of joyful stuff in it. Now, the particular verse that I like is Philippians chapter 4, and it starts at 6 and includes 7. And it says, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. That's that's something I hold on dear to. That in all situations, whatever they are, I look to my God for help. But how can that look for a non-believer, shall we say? Someone that's not 100% sure about Christ or who Christ is. Or I think for me, it's a similar situation on like looking at positive mental attitude. Yeah, it's about not letting things get to you. We have the ability to pray to our living God and say, look, we're struggling with this. But I think whatever you do in life, you need to be able to think about things and think, actually, I'm okay. I can deal with this. I can cope with this. And you may think, who is this guy to be able to say this? What has he been through? What has he done? What is he going through? Uh, and for me at the moment, um, my life has consisted of from the age of 19, I had cancer. At the age of 29, I was given 3 months to live with cancer. At the age of 44 in 2020, I again had cancer. In 2020, I had cancer from the January to the September, and there was 2 weeks in our house all clear where there was no cancer. And then my wife got diagnosed in mid-September and went through until the um, following February with cancer. And throughout all of it, we have just held strong, knowing that we're not given any more than we can handle, and we can pray to Him for peace, joy, strength, happiness. Um, and even now, as we currently speak, my wife is recovering from surgery, who has literally just had a third of her liver taken out, a liver resection. And again, she starts chemo on the 4th of February. And I am currently awaiting a date for open heart surgery because with the amount of chemotherapy and radiotherapy I've had over the years, I am now having to have my aortic valve replaced. So I need to have open heart surgery. And I mean, it seems like an awful amount. It seems like quite a continuous struggle. But I can genuinely say that the people that I've met along the way, both believers and non-believers, that have had a positive mental attitude or have had prayer that they could come to, uh, have lived and got through things stronger. That's not to say, not everyone unfortunately makes it through cancer. And it's not nothing to do with them. It's not their fault. But I think the more we learn to enjoy and be positive about the situations and think about how we can, benefit others in it, the better. So you take the secular world. There was that Dame, I can't, Babe, I can't think of her name, whatever it was, but she documented her journey throughout the whole way, her joy, her fun, her laughter throughout the whole of this automatic deal. And up went people going and getting tested for bowel cancer. It was the same with Jade Goody when they had the breast cancer thing. The more you step into it, own it, and beat it in one way or another, um, the better you are. Now, what does that mean by one way or another? That you've unfortunately, like Jade Goody, unfortunately passing, is that beating it? Or for the people that then went and started getting tested and maybe got discovered early and then got cured, that's her helping them beat it in a sense. That yeah, that's my verse that in all situations, we're called not to be anxious, and we're called to, give our requests and praise to God and let Him help us deal with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a very powerful story, and you're absolutely right. I mean, we go through you've been through quite a lot, obviously, but you've been able to hold on to God, and He's brought you through. And like you say, I mean, so many people, when they end up with an illness, you can go one way or the other, can't you? You choose to use it to your advantage. You can choose to make the most of the opportunities you have, or you can go the
Yeah,
opposite way and just sort of give up. But yeah,
yeah.
that's a really powerful message for us.
And I think it's the same with, you know, we just established that we have our faith and we have, God that we can call upon. But it's also for those non-believers, it's about community. It's not trying to hold on to it and deal with it themselves. For them, it's about sharing it with their friends, sharing it with their family, not being ashamed to say, I need help. Yeah. Because, that's, where we get our help from. For us as Christians, we get our help from Jesus and again, our Christian community, and we get people put in the right place at the right time. For the non-believer, they still get to have people help them. And it's a way for people to feel like they're helping this person through that journey and we're helping them cope. So by sharing it, and like you say, owning it, they are better off with it.
Absolutely. I mean, we are called to help shoulder one another's burdens. And when we do that,
Hmm.
it's amazing. I mean, what one person cannot carry, two people can carry with considerable ease. That's not to say it makes it easy, but with other people to support you, you don't feel alone, and that can make you want to give up.
Very much so. If you look at Jesus's quote about my yoke is light. Well, if you have one bull, yeah, or cow or horse trying to pull a plow, okay, it seems quite a struggle. Yet if you attach it to another, yeah, you pull it a lot easier, and it feels
Mm.
like that big struggle then becomes easier. And it's the same for, you know, we like I say, and I'll say it again, we got Jesus in our lives, so we got that ability that we can link our yoke with Him. But for people going through situations, it's about feeling okay enough to share with someone what those situations are, because the more we talk about it, whether it be cancer or other, the more we talk about it, the more we feel better about it and are able to understand maybe from different perspectives.
Absolutely. And other people can often lend wisdom, advice, and just
Hmm.
general encouragement when we feel as though we have nothing left to give.
That is very true, because sometimes our eyes are open when people are explaining different things to us.
Mm, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Wayne. It's been great to hear from you. Thank you for bringing us this thought for the day, and definitely lots to reflect on. If we are going through an especially tough situation, we can draw strength from others and from Jesus.
Very much so, very much so. And I just hope and pray if there's anyone out there that is struggling, don't be afraid to reach out to your friends, your family, or I would imagine even 24/7. They can put you in touch with me if needs be, and I'll help as best I can.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you so much, Wayne, and I hope everything's going well at Adventure Plus at the moment.
It is. It's starting to build up because we've now got through the Christmas season. We're now getting ready for our ski holiday. We take a 3 or 4 minibuses each year. We over to Switzerland and go skiing, and then we come back and we're well underway then into the residentials, the Total Adventure holidays, which it just goes so fast, but it's so much fun.
Yeah. Well, looking forward to spring and summer when things really start to come alive. But you're right, absolutely. Skiing sounds like a lot of fun. And that's only something you can do in colder places, isn't it? Colder times of the year as well.
So yes, it is. But do you know what? Funny enough, I was a bit because I don't like the cold. I was a bit skeptical, and the very first time I went, I was like wearing so many layers. But because of the altitude and you get the sun and everything like that, you don't actually feel the cold like that.
Oh, really?
It's actually colder here now at the moment for me than when it was. I was walking around in salopettes and a t-shirt when we were skiing because you were so warm.
Really? Wow,
Yeah.
I never knew that. But there you go.
Well, anytime you want to come, Nathan, we'll be glad to take you and we could do a show about it in Switzerland.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. But thank you so much, Wayne. Great to hear from you. I hope you have a fantastic day.
Thank you very much.